Taurus, we're gonna jump into a birthday read. How y'all doing? Trail Mixers, welcome back. Newbies, what's up? This is Lindsay, and this is Horoscope-ish, a spiritual entertainment channel. We use tarot cards, and I ask that my spirit guides and the archangels assist this reading with any fun clips, phrases, anything that they would like to use. I invite trail mixers, spirit guides and team and ancestors into this read as well. Ooh, I just got a heart chakra palpitation. I like that. Yeah. Let's see here. We might go down, y'all, but we're going to come right back up. Have fun overall. There's going to be many, many mixed messages in this, so I'm realizing that these stories aren't necessarily for just one. I mean, for real, I didn't even think about it like that. It's amazing. So, Taurus birthday read. Ah, very happy birthday to you. Conflict. I'm using a learner deck. Okay, conflict. 5 of Wands. Security, marriage, and happiness. Or just knowing where your happiness lies. Okay. So, the challenge is finding security within a marriage that is, even though there's a secure marriage, trying to sustain happiness. Okay. It's kind of interesting because it's the Leo card. Some kind of difference in I shine my light on the world around me and my radiance attracts more success. So maybe this is like a conflict of interest within a marriage. I'm kind of registering that on a note of I'll give you a perfect example. My wife and I have always worked together in restaurants, and lately we've had to go different ways because of conflict of interest. And, people are like, we can't do that, even though my wife and I are like the bomb.com team, like it's still, it presents a problem with work. For some reason, like it creates things that I would never probably understand, but I understand why we can't. So it's as little as that. So there's conflict, there's competition. All right. The High Priestess and resilience, meaning 9 of Wands. Got it. Okay. Sagittarian energy. So that always seeks the truth. All right. So maybe it's like, why is this a conflict of interest? Why does it cause such conflict for people to work together who are married? Why is that such a big problem? That's so funny. Alright, so in the recent past we have making a break for it. That also could be like the reason why people can't work together for other people. Because if one of them leaves, both of them leave. So making a break for it. But on another side note, I'm also reading this as like there's a lot of like change going on, like with people's paths are so different that it's kind of hard to get anything accomplished. And a challenge within that is making things work. Like doesn't always, you can be married to your work, which being married to your work can be a problem, especially if you're working with making everybody happy, somewhere somebody's not going to be happy. Compromises have to be made, but it's like all in all, we know that we have to, use our intuition about why we have to be resilient to compromise. So making a break for it and going to a different community. That's in the recent past. A community that represents you better, Taurus? Or Taurean energy, like a community that represents more like-minded people. And that's where you went in the recent past, and now you're in that place. Like you were like, you've got to. I mean, the Seven of Wands can be sneaky behavior, like it can be deceitful in some manner, but if people aren't going to understand, you know how people say, like, don't tell people what your plans are? Somebody's going to be upset about it. But sometimes we have to do things covertly for our happiness. And as long as no one is... sometimes we have to do things because we'll get stalled. I'm starting to realize these things about life, and I'm like, man, like, what are you up to? Not much, because other people's ideas can really put a damper on our own. So it's like some people may have been like, in order for this person to achieve stability, they had to do something that was sneaky. Had they been honest with you, what would you have said to them? And, we're not really in trustworthy times right now. Do you not feel like everybody's suspicious of everybody else? Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Well, in that case... we really have to drop, this urge for survival and stability in this worldview of it. And worldview meaning what's around you in your situation. But, man, somebody made a break for it and went to a different community. But maybe they were called back, maybe they were called somewhere. And when you are called somewhere, but not like reality, like, yeah, this is a phone, not hang 10. I don't even know if it's hang 10. But like give them a call and be like, hey, I'm doing this. Really, where are you going? I'm going here. What prompted you to go there? Are you going to tell them in or call? Maybe people would be okay with that. But I don't know what y'all's experiences have been. But when you have to, it reminds me of the scene on Grandma's Boy when this guy's a video game tester, right? And he goes into work and he's got a black eye and he just looks disheveled and beaten up. And like his coworkers are like, whoa. And he lives with his grandma because of a rental situation that fell through. And he's like, what, did your grandma beat you up or something? And he was like, that's actually more believable than what actually happened. And what actually happened is he brought a friend over who is kind of like into exotic animals and things like that, and kind of like this a very different lifestyle sort of friend. And he literally brings over a monkey to this guy's house, and the monkey goes berserk and ends up like attacking him. But if you were to tell someone that you were attacked by a monkey, it's actually more believable to say, yes, my grandma beat me up. For in that moment, it's it's got comedy in it. I just used a Navage, and I think my brains are a little sloshed, so I really wanted to get a Navage system, so I'll post it on me and my wife's YouTube channel. So we tried it together, and it was hilarious. But we both feel better, so that's good. And if you don't know what a Navage system is, it's basically this salt solution, like nasal cleaner that gets all the gunk out, and you stick it in your nose, and it forces air and some kind of solution into your nose, out the other end, into this capsule, and you can, see all the gunk that you can't get out. So, anywho, what's on your mind, Taurus? Is getting some rest, because you cannot make a decision that is expansive or good for you until you have rested just a little bit. This is so funny. It's all pentacles. Pentacles and truths and just a little bit of creativity, you know, going back to your roots there, you know, remembering the past fondly and making a break for it, meaning I'm going to go take a mini vacay. So you're resting. So you can make a better decision. And this, you know, is about close relationships. Oh, look what happens once you rest. Hey, Ace of Cups, an outpouring of just love, home space, desires. Your soul's happy with it. Yeah, because you made a decision. What decision did you make recently? Seriously, I keep like feeling it drip a little bit, and it's not as bad as it was. It's kind of funny. But apparently it's natural and normal, especially if you don't know how to use it. So, you've gathered everything you could, right? You're bringing it home. You're bringing home the bacon. And then you're rushing back in to rush back out. Like, you got all these projects going on right now, is what it looks like. Because look at how many, like, you're almost done with rushing in for these projects. And, yeah, you're doing it well. I love that. So it's like, what, the decision to stop doing this? Yeah, you're really trying to think about the sustainability of this. But that's like one of my favorite new words right now, sustainability. Can we sustain this? How long can this be sustained? My dad used to say, don't you want something more substantial? And it was usually about steak potatoes, you know what I'm saying? So, I don't know why I'm giving my dad a southern accent. He was like all northeastern. So, in your environment right now, you've got wish fulfillment. And you're taking a time out from receiving all this independent wealth. Like, you are independently wealthy because you followed your heart. Haha. You followed your soul. And, you know, people see you taking this breather. You're like able to take some time out right now. So you made the decision. Yay! You're like, is this sustainable? Okay. That flipped. Is this supposed to be in the reverse? No. Okay. Oh, it is supposed to be in the reverse. Well, if anything, there's a healing nature coming here. So, and when I say healing nature, I mean, like, if anything, like, there's this, I don't know, I feel like there's things that, whatever you're hearing needs to be amended somehow. Because the more, oh, this has to do with emotional intelligence? Okay. So you can kind of see people in the future. You're going to be like what you don't see coming is that maybe your intuition has been on point with why you're so resilient. I mean, if you're seeing 222 a lot, you're in the right place at the right time. Because that's like, if you made a decision, 1, right? Make that decision. It's a yes. It's a yes. Yes. It's a good decision. 2 start showing up to tell you, keep going. Because you're going to be taking a lot of risks because of your emotional intelligence. It's going to seem risky because you're going to be able to see between the lines. Ooh. You won't be walking in the dark anymore, Taurus. Divine guidance. Ooh, they're just guidelines. Oh. I just got people are going to see you as the ultimate creative person, like creative personality. And plus, this is like a new opportunity. That's like really good news. Like, okay, so what's the really divine guidance? Give someone good news. Like, it's time to start. This new opportunity, Taurus, is going to bring you balance. You're going to be able to like do a couple more things at once. Right on. And should everything go well, meaning go with the flow, a great partnership. I really don't get a marriage vibe from this. Yes, their marriage card is up here, but it's like, oh, this also has to do with like the traditions of marriage. Some people have been taught that you stay with your partner, but some partners split up to do what they have to do for their soul call. So this may be the challenge. So if you decide to go ahead and take a break and really gather all your information, what's going to be sustainable, maybe you and your partner have to go separate ways. And it's going to be fine. You're going to come right back together and be like, oh, there's an Alanis Morissette lyric coming. That is, I think it's from the Flavors of Entanglement album where she's talking about, I don't think that's it. Nevertheless, the lyric is, she has debriefs at the end of day with her partner. Our debriefs at end of day. And if it's not a split up, then the rest of the lyrics are, these are the things that I miss. These are not times for the weak of heart. And I never dreamed that I'd have to lay down my torch for you like this. Like, but trust the process. Just trust the process. I think, yeah, I'm going to leave y'all with that because that's like so much to sit with anyway. I mean, if I was hearing that, I'd be like, oh, I gotta go Four of Swords this. I love you, Taurus. Bye. Happy birthday.